Peace and love.
Good afternoon, my fellow revolutionaries, change makers, thought leaders, and activists. Take a moment to look around at the beauty in this room. Just take a moment and look around. You are all so beautiful. You are amazing, and we are here. We are in this together. We gather here today at a pivotal moment in our nation's history. Our government is fundamentally betraying us. Our government has failed to ensure that the majority of people can achieve happiness, well-being, and financial security. Many of us can barely afford to feed our families. People feel disenfranchised. If I had a nickel for every young person who said they aren't going to vote in the upcoming election, I'd be a rich man. With the divided state of our country and our polarized partisan government in the upcoming 2024 presidential election, we are being forced to choose between the lesser of two evils. It does not have to be that way. I know many of you know this, and that's why we are all here. We're here because we have hope that there can be a new way. There is a new way. We are the people who do not pray for miracles. Rather, we are the ones who make miracles happen. Today, we stand on the threshold of a new era, at the threshold of transformation, declaring with one voice, we are interdependent. Isn't that the real truth? Today, we are here to co-create a declaration of interdependence. We, the people of the United States of America, affirm our interconnectedness with each other, with all of humanity, with all life, and with our earth. This declaration of interdependence is not merely words, but a commitment to respect the full equality of rights and dignity of all humans, all life, and our earth. The full equality of rights and dignity of all humans, all life, and our earth. The election is only 5 months away, and we are being asked to choose between two spectacularly unqualified and unpopular candidates for president. Although the Supreme Court found him immune from prosecution, Trump was impeached twice and charged by a bipartisan congressional commission. And during last week's CNN presidential debate, Biden misstepped so badly that increasing numbers of his own party are speaking truth to power and saying publicly that he should step down. The 2024 presidential campaign is tragically inflaming the widening divides in our country. So now, right here, we are faced with an urgent problem. How do we prevent a fascist, authoritarian takeover, heal what divides our country, and elect competent, unifying leaders for our country? There is a solution, a bold and a simple one. As we are here at the People's First Convention, our idea is to plan with all of you and convene the Open People's Second Convention as fast as possible to find new inter-partisan leaders for our country, an open People's Convention. Let's stop the disheartening attempts to fix a broken system. We don't have to fix a broken system. Rather, we can and we will create a new system.
A new system.
As A system that reignites the spark of the American dream for each person and unlocks our collective political imagination. If you're shaking your head, hold on. Believe me, I know many Americans will think the idea of quickly convening such an open convention is unthinkable. But history shows us that an open convention can work. In 1860, a time when our nation was on the brink of profound change, the newly formed Republican Party hosted an open convention. Against all odds, a man named Abraham Lincoln, considered impossible to elect, a long shot, an outsider who shocked the political elites of the time and emerged victorious over the favored William Seward. Lincoln's victory was more than just a political win. It was a testament to the power of unity and inclusion. Recognizing the strengths in diverse perspectives, Lincoln did something visionary. He brought all four of his rivals into his cabinet, forging a team that would lead our nation through one of its most challenging periods, winning the Civil War and ending slavery. Again, in 1932, at another pivotal moment in our history, the Democrats held an open convention with no clear favorite. The nation's air was thick with uncertainty, but from this uncertainty emerged Franklin Delano Roosevelt, a relatively unknown governor from New York. His nomination was a spark of hope in a time of despair, and he went on to win a landslide victory, guiding our country through the Great Depression and World War II with courage and vision. These moments remind us of the extraordinary potential that lies in our collective efforts. They show us that when we come together, we can overcome the most daunting challenges and do better than we are now. I believe we will seize the opportunity before us and co-create a future that reflects our highest aspirations, our collective heart. You may be asking, who the heck is this person standing before you calling for a declaration of interdependence and an open people's second convention? So I'll tell you a couple facts. I've been married to my wife Mindy for 33 years. We have 5 sons, 2 daughters-in-law, and 2 grandchildren who are my angels of inspiration. I'm a board-certified preventive medicine physician, an author, an ordained rabbi, and a revolutionary optimist. I am honored to work with activists from all walks of life who are all working on the common political intersectional revolution that we seek. Many people are anxious and disheartened. I've heard it 1,000 times since my plane landed in Milwaukee, that political violence, constitutional crises, or even an attempted coup seem inevitable. We feel the heavy weight of entrenched systemic oppression. The rich get richer and more powerful, the poor more disenfranchised. This caste system, where the haves flourish and the have-nots suffer, is tearing our families, our communities, and our nations apart. Many of us are sick and suffering. The truth is that many people in our country are struggling to pay for healthy food, find affordable housing, and get access to adequate health care. Our Constitution is so degraded that our political system is corrupt and must be healed with a massive intervention. And we must face the truth that our society is trapped in a system of caste oppression, and we must build beloved communities across our country to respond to the crises that lie ahead. The miraculous news today is that we don't have to be stuck in a culture of caste hatred, bigotry, polarization, and violence. We can and we will build a beloved community for positive change. We're here to make a miracle happen today. I'm not joking. I'm really not joking. This moment of great peril is at the same time a moment of great possibility. The time is right, and the time is right now. I believe that right now we have the readiness to seize this opportunity, to bring us constitutional renewal, a new leadership for enabling a peaceful, intersectional transformation of our social, economic, and political systems, thereby placing love at the center of our society. We, the people, in this room, in our communities, and across our nation, can rise with love to demand justice and peace right here and right now. Instead of hatred and bigotry, I advocate for all of us to listen deeply to each other, find common ground, and put love at the center of everything we do. A new inter-partisan social and political movement can and will unify Americans. People from all religions, persuasions, economic backgrounds, ethnic origins, and political parties will come together to co-convene an open National People's Convention. We the people, for the people, will negotiate and agree on an inter-partisan plan for constitutional renewal at the convention. Together, we'll organize a trustworthy process to elect effective, competent leaders. Today, on this day of miracles, we are issuing the U.S. Declaration of Interdependence. This historic Declaration of Interdependence states our strength in our diversity, in the diversity of our perspectives and life experiences. This Declaration of Interdependence manifests 10 principles of interdependence that will guide our transition to a new government, one that places love at the center of our relationships with each other, with our communities, with our society, our culture, our laws, our policies, and our social, economic, and political systems. Y'all want to hear the 10 manifested principles?
We do!
I'm giving a short snippet, and this is the QR code if you want to read the document. It's a draft. We have a session tonight for an inter-partisan negotiation, and you're all invited to help edit it and finalize it. So, the 10 manifested principles of the Declaration of Interdependence will be, number 1, constitutional renewal and long-term visioning. We are establishing a new U.S. government, one that is authentically by the people and for the people. This begins with urgent constitutional renewal, creating a government that operates democratically from the local to the national levels. Number 2, democratic governance and reform. We invite all justice-hearted Americans who commit to this Declaration of Interdependence to join an open National People's Convention. We will ensure equitable representation and inclusivity in our political system at the local, state, and national levels in all 4 branches of government. Because our diversity is the source of our vibrant realization of the vision of a democracy by the people and for the people. We will establish a new 4th branch of government called Citizens' Assemblies to establish an authentic, participatory, and deliberative democracy. Principle number 3, economic equity and universal basic income. Our 3rd principle is economic equity and universal basic income. We commit to economic fairness is essential to rebuilding trust and prosperity in our society. This is not just about economics, it's about dignity, fairness, and ensuring that every American has the opportunity to thrive. We commit to a new economic order for peace, neo-peace. Principle number 4, well-being and healthcare as a human right. We commit to establishing lifelong and comprehensive well-being and healthcare pathways as a human right for all. To guarantee the well-being of all Americans, our healthcare system must be inclusive, accessible, efficient, and equitable. This is not merely a policy goal, but a moral imperative. Principle number 5, climate and environmental transformation and stewardship. Our 5th principle is climate, I'm repeating the title, sorry. Our 5th principle is climate and environmental transformation and stewardship. We commit to bold action to heal and transform our climate and our environment through regenerative economics, rapid carbon and methane emissions cuts, and removing excess carbon pollution from the atmosphere using natural systems and new technologies. We will ensure resilience for all of humanity to the inevitable challenges we will face. Equity and justice, number 6, must be foundational to creating a fair and inclusive society. We commit to reparative justice from the local to the national levels to deeply heal the wounds of our history. This includes promoting racial equity, LGBTQIA+ rights, gender equality, and mass decarceration. Principle 7, lifelong education is the cornerstone of a thriving democracy and an informed population. We commit to establishing lifelong education systems to promote interdependence, beloved community, empowerment, and civic responsibility. Number 8, global peace and security. With these principles, we commit to promoting peace and reducing conflict for global stability and our collective global flourishing and well-being. We will catalyze global peace, conflict prevention and resolution, and mutual security. Principle 9, technology and data privacy. We commit to harnessing the data and technological revolutions underway to achieve our society's goals, protect our children while ensuring privacy rights and the ethical use of technology. Last one, number 10, global interdependence. We must foster global interdependence, peace, and mutual understanding and cultural exchange. Our vision extends beyond our borders, recognizing that our collective future depends on the well-being and flourishing of all people and our shared planet. My fellow revolutionaries, change makers, thought leaders, and activists, this is our moment. This is our time to rise together as one nation, united by our shared values and commitment to a better future. We're not alone in this journey. We are interdependent on each other, on all of humanity, and on our Earth. Starting today, let's embrace this new era with hope, courage, and unwavering determination. For tomorrow, July 4th, 2014, right here in this room, right here in Milwaukee, will be the day that we the people give birth to a new governance with the birthing and signing of the U.S. Declaration of Interdependence. We will have a signing ceremony right here at 2 p.m. tomorrow. All of us here will be invited to sign the Declaration tomorrow at the People's First Convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The original Declaration of Independence was signed by 56 white male oligarchs. 41 of them were slave owners. At our signing, everyone in our nation can sign on at unifiedmovements.org. And we have international solidarity. There's a way for people around the world to sign on and encourage the United States to move in this direction. We will unite in our diversity, commit to our common cause, and transform our nation and our world. Let's manifest a miracle right here, right now, together. It's go time. So, okay, that was a speech. share a poem with you, if that's okay. As was mentioned, I just published this book. It's Revolutionary Optimism, 7 Steps for Living as a Love-Centered Activist. It's a handbook. It's got stories of people, some of them are here. It has some wisdom and research about best practices, and it has practices, things that we can do to support our journeys of self-liberation as a way of fueling our collective liberation. So I'm just going to read you a poem that I wrote, which is in the book, so you can get a sense of it. This is my favorite thing to do these days, is read my poem. Oh, I can't hold the book because I move my hands. I'm learning how to do spoken word poetry, so this is part of it. Revolutionary Optimism, the poem, from my heart to all of your hearts. Love is the force of all life. We belong in this disruption. Our hearts are beating strong, pumping compassion, our souls deployed. We chant our truths, demand bold action. We place love at the center with every step and each breath. In loving grace we stand. We choose love. Trim tabs of love. Trim tabs of love in the face of opposition, in the eye of the sniper's rifle, in the face of arrest and torture, in the face of derision and denial. We choose justice. As sacred community, we are all in for all life. We protect all children. We stand for repair over destruction. Do you feel the trembling of a peaceful revolution? To honor our ancestors, ourselves, our children, our grandchildren, and all future generations, we liberate ourselves. We choose peace. Messengers of love, rise, synchronize, mobilize, unify, now. Brave angels, listen first, aim high, pursue life, liberty, and happiness. Ride the waves of transformation for our blossoming redemption. We choose joy. With the rising tides of grief and sorrow, of grief and terror, tears flow today and for all that is to come. Clear and safe, we are in this together as one. Boundaries dissolve between ages, classes, faiths, genders, races, from all places. Manifestors of love and justice, ignite the sparks within, raise the flames for all. We are willing to sacrifice, willing to live, and willing to die, for love is as fierce as death. As aquifers erupt as geysers, we flow into the streets. The people are rising like the waters, nurturing liberation. Miraculous vortex of healing and repair. Revolutionary optimism is spreading. Our collective heart is in sight. Rise, rise, rise. Thank you. One last thing I want to say is that we have the ceremony tomorrow at 2 p.m. Please fill this room, invite everyone. We'll have documents to sign. They will become part of the historical record of this meeting. We are also going to announce that tomorrow is the first National Day of Interdependence. We're declaring a new national holiday, and we're going to celebrate we're going to kick off this era with joy and celebration. And I also invite you to share these links. This is the document, this is the movement, this is like, if you send it to 10 people and ask them to send it to 10 people, this is how we want it, it's a word of mouth kind of thing. We're here to interrupt the cycle of the coronation of a fascist. We're here to do everything we can to stop fascism, authoritarianism in our country, and we're on the cusp of it right now. So this is a preemptive strike of justice and love. We had to preempt the news cycle. This is popping a bubble in that effort. So the news out of Milwaukee is this, not that. Woo! So the way it's going to work is that this evening, I think it's 6:40, there's an open discussion and inter-partisan negotiation. Then at 2 o'clock tomorrow, we'll have the signing ceremony. We'll have, it'll be a sacred ritual, and all of you will be able to sign. Children, anyone is allowed. It's open. It's an open signing. And then we will have a press conference at 3:30. So please, if you have any press conference contacts, media contacts in Milwaukee, or anyone that's covering the RNC, please invite them to that press conference, and we can all stand together and tell them what we did. So if someone wants to create that, create the program, or moderate it, Al. Because you created this liberatory space. You created this event, but also this building, the Casablanca on Bradley, as a liberatory space. And I'm so grateful for everything you do and for this moment of opportunity and this moment of possibility that we're all in. So thank you. Peace, everyone.
Thank you.
Can I get another round of applause for Paul? Very historic moment. U.S. Declaration of Interdependence. History.